But as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight, we're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
It's not true. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters the story they tell when you're gone.
I keep on pushing down my gypsy road.
All right, welcome to a Wednesday night, West Coast time. It's 8:30 on the West Coast, actually 8:33. Now, tonight we're talking unicorns. Now, before we start, if somebody goes to me and says, "Hey, Gypsy Road Eric, what's your favorite Tom Cruise movie?" Now, most people are going to say Top Gun, Mission Impossible, Minority Report. Some might say Risky Business because they grew up with that movie. So that's what a lot of people would say.
Mission Impossible, the entire series. Mission Impossible.
Exactly.
I would say Edge of Tomorrow or Oblivion.
A lot of those. Now, not me. I will not say that. My favorite Tom Cruise movie, and I know this is not a Tom Cruise show tonight, but right here, Monster Radio, Legend. Legend.
Oh,
Legend, Legend came out the same year, actually, as Top Gun.
Yeah, it was good.
Same year, 1985. The whole movie of Legend was actually made in a warehouse by Ridley Scott, who directed it. Now, what is Legend about? Well, about darkness trying to take over the Earth, or whatever planet they say it was. Let's just say Earth. And for the darkness to get on Earth, you had to kill the unicorns. You got to break the horn. Yeah. They break the horn of one unicorn where it didn't die. It's frozen, but it's allowing the darkness to come. And for the darkness to stay, you have to kill the other unicorns. There were two unicorns in that movie. If anybody remembers, I actually got a picture of the two unicorns in that movie. Here, let me get this bigger.
And of course, Tim Curry was the bad guy, and he's came in many forms during those times.
Yeah, he just died, right? He just died.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he died.
Wow.
Like he just died. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you. I'll type that in. We'll find out right now.
Yeah.
Because Tim Curry played.
Oh, perfect, man.
Dark Lord.
Yes, I want to throw rice at him.
Now, what does this mean for our topic? Well, it just tells you how unicorns are important folklore stories throughout history. Now, here, let me type in. Let's see.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Tim Curry. Let's see here. Is Tim Curry still alive? Let's see. Let's see here. Tim Curry born. Blah blah blah. Where did Tim Curry? Tim Curry dead after killed by celebrity death hoax. He might still be alive.
No, he's not dead then.
Yeah, it said present right there on years end.
Wow.
So apparently there's a hoax.
Might be on your timeline, Dr.
Yeah.
Wu.
Shit, I thought he was dead a long. Okay.
Yeah, apparently he's still alive.
It's a death hoax, though. He's not dead.
Let's see.
He's still the devil. He's still the devil in our favorite show, The Legend.
Now, if I put in the chat here, if you haven't done it yet, I put it in the chat right here because you can still put in your vote of unicorns. And let me see what we have so far before we get into the unicorn talk. And this allows people to get in. Let's see here. Where is it? Just the community. Here we go. So far, let me hit refresh on this. I put in the chat today. I should put in there yesterday. Do you believe in unicorns? Okay, so far, 50% yes, 34% no, 16% maybe. And I'm actually surprised that the unicorn is only at 50%. I'm actually really surprised. And one of the reasons why I'm surprised, I mean, Bob, you and I know, especially in the Modelfic community, there's a lot of religious people.
Oh, yeah.
And the unicorn is in the Bible, not just one verse.
Yeah.
He's in the Bible like 9 different verses. Now, some people come out and say, well, Eric, you could take the Bible and you could reread it the way you want to. Well, you can say that with any scripture in the Bible. Yeah. Every little thing. If there was only one line about a unicorn,
but it's in there.
That. But there's several. And Bob, that's why we got you here.
And in the Torah. In the Torah, it's in the actual, because the Bible comes from the Torah, so it was in the Torah first, and then so you can't get mad at the Bible because they have unicorns because it's in the Torah. Yeah,
it was huge in paintings, in literature, and pretty much everywhere in, I don't know, pop culture, if that's what you called it during those times. It was pretty much just reality. They pretty much hunted these mythological creatures just so they could purify their water, so they could shed themselves of poison. So these paranoid kings sent armies after these beasts. And I could go back in the day and really visualize it, man. It'd
be like right now. It'd be like right now because there's a mass whatever pandemic going on, pandemic, whatever. There's something bad right now happening. So if there was an actual unicorn, it would be like, I don't know what to say. They'd be hunting them down. They'd be hunting the unicorns to clean and sterilize because, the deaths, all the deaths. So now is the time they'd be hunting them.
You were part of some special operations. Do you think some of the military missions are going after some of these mythological beasts?
Yeah. So it would be Connor and I'd have to guard with like machine guns, a fucking unicorn with our lives because everybody would want one right now. They heal everything. They're pure good. Like in a Dungeons and Dragons game, there's like chaotic good. There's whatever good. No, there are pure good, like 100% pure good. In fact, they're so good that only a virgin female can go up to a unicorn. They can only ones. If you can't, so back in the day, they would use female virgins as bait to bring the unicorns out, and then the males would try to catch them and kill them.
What does this mean? Gypsy, number 1 rule: don't push the big man's button in his domain.
Oh, are you pushing buttons?
I guess not. You know what is funny to me is if you're hardcore in the Bigfoot community, right, and you're trying to show proof that the Bigfoot is real, but you're gonna say you're gonna believe in the Bigfoot, but you can't come out and say you believe in unicorns. I mean, you're trying to prove one or two and the other. I mean, if you can't get a direct proof of a Bigfoot in the woods, they could be a unicorn.
Well, unicorns are real
and with magic powers. Now, here, let me share this screen. Let me share some of the Bible stuff here. Okay, now, are unicorns real? Separating the truth from the myth, and I'm not here to, say it's not true or not. But here are unicorns in the Bible. Here we go. While more modern translations do not mention unicorns, there are 9 references to the unicorns in the King James Version of the Bible, which was originally published in 1611. And Bob, of course, you're going to expand on this, of course, yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Many scholars suspect mistranslation. Okay, of course, you can mistranslation anything from the Bible. It's like a fucking manual script.
Yeah.
When you read the Bible. Remember the TV show, The Greatest American Hero? You open up that book, you're trying to learn how to do powers. Well, that's a fucking Bible trying to read the manuscript. You probably have to read it 100 times to fully understand it. And most people who talks about mistranslation of the Bible, my opinion, has never fucking read a Bible. So, or they only read one Bible and not the hundreds of different Bibles that are out there. Here we go. It's possible the word unicorn, which simply means single horn animal, of course, could have been referring to rhinoceros. Some scholars also believe the Hebrew word ram, which was translated as unicorn, actually was alluding to a wild bull. Of course, they're going to manipulate to whatever they want to manipulate. But here, let's just look at the first one here. Number 23:22. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
Now, how is that misturned as a single horn animal that's not a unicorn? I mean, what not other animals didn't have certain names out there? Just unicorns do?
Well, you have a rhinoceros. Now, back at people don't understand is we're thinking about present rhinoceroses. We're thinking about the present ones. They're grayish, they got no hair, and they live in the swamp, like around or out in the fields, out in savannas in Africa. The big one single horn. Then they got the one with the two horns, and they got one with a single horn. But that's what we see them as now. But we forget there was an ice age. There was an ice age. There was things called mammoths, woolly, hairy-ass elephants that are the same way. Well, and then the rhinoceros, the single-horn rhinoceros, had hair. It was covered in hair. It was like a little tank with a monster badass horn. And that Africa's right there. It's like right there in Egypt. It's right there. Has anybody ever tried taking a rhinoceros as a baby and try to domestically raise it like a horse? I mean, really, has anybody tried that? They might raise like a horse.
And Bob, I like what he says here. We need to really careful when translating biblical passages. We need to keep in mind it's been translated so many times. A lot has been lost. Yes, because you keep translating, you keep changing the words to the way you want.
Yeah.
For sure. Fixed and immovable means fixed and immovable. And we have good Christian people that think we're flying through space, you know? Earth takes shape like clay pressed under a seal. If you think otherwise, then don't worry about translating the Bible. Four corners of words, guys. Oh my gosh. Trust me, if anybody's worried about translating the Bible, I'm number one, Come on.
Well, let's see what this second one says. Number 24:8. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath as were the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows.
But
I think it's just talking about how strong the creature is. I could see it as even more of a mythological beast, as like a dragon type being, because that's how the unicorn is described in other cultures. So that's how I'm visualizing it.
Yeah, pretty brutal. Yeah, and in fact, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to give people a perspective of the anthropological point of view from someone that's not really from whatever this place is. But I found out why unicorns and certain mythological creatures are in the King James Bible. But again, they were translated from the early Hebrew Torah. It's from the Torah. So there was a description of what a single horned creature that is very, very, very strong in the Torah. In fact, most people don't know this because I didn't know this. I was like, huh? Okay, well, I'll put it out there and let everyone hear it. In the Torah, there's a description of Noah, and Noah has this big ass ship, and the storm is coming in, and he has to save a unicorn. Now, this is in the Torah. So, according to the story, Noah took the horn and strapped it to the side of the ark, where his nostrils were pointing through and inside the ark so he could breathe. These are within words. This is what the words say. Okay. Unicorn's face, or Reem, unicorn, smashed against the side of the thing. His face, half his face is inside there for air, while the ship, like he's in tow with the big storms coming, a unicorn. This is in the Torah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And it's described as huge. Also in the Torah is the story of King David. Now, before King David was a king, he was a goat herder. He herded goats, and he saw this weird ass mountain, and he wanted to climb it. Now, this is in the Torah. So David, before he was a king, climbed this mountain, And then what it happened to be was a large ass unicorn, and it stood up and it raised David to the heavens on the tip of his unicorn. And then a lion came in the story in the Torah. A lion came and scared the unicorn. So the unicorn has to bow to the king lion. It has to, so it lowers its head. David gets off and it yields to the lion because it's the king of the forest. Now David makes a run for it. And then the unicorn, to save David's life, makes a run for it the opposite way, where the lion chases the unicorn, saves David's life. But that's in the Torah.
Now, hey, Bob, here's a good question from Melissa Nicole. Good question here. But didn't God create all animals? So seems like he would name them also.
What name you want is the 100 names.
But I think he's meaning is you're not going to, you know, like you're talking about a unicorn. People say he's talking about the wild bull. Well, you know, God would have had a name for all of them in the first place.
You got to remember, in Hebrew, there is no vowels. There's just a bunch of fucking main letters. Like, in fact, if you look at the Freemasonry handbook, when they give it to you, there's no vowels in any of their words. Same copy. So in Torah, there's no vowels. So the names can be said wrong. I don't know if that makes sense to people, because they're having to fill in the vowels with their own head. Like, this is what this sounds like with the vowels.
Well, let's see what this next one says. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee or abide by the crib?
Well, he's supposed to represent Jesus, because Jesus is supposed to be pure and pure like the fucking unicorn pure. So in the Bible, they represent Jesus as the unicorn. So every time you hear a unicorn in the Bible, it's supposed to be Jesus, but back in time. But like back in time, Jesus ran around as a unicorn.
And they also say that Virgin Mary was a unicorn too, because she was here. So I loved hearing that, because that aligned with exactly what I've been looking into.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Mary is associated with a unicorn. Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, and in literature and in codes, she represents the unicorn represents Mary in a lot of, especially in Rosicrucian secret societies. It represents Mary, the purest of pure, like the doorway of God that come through Mary. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And people in the chat, make sure put in your vote, and then we'll take a look at the vote tile again. But so far, I went back to the vote tile. The 50% yes dropped to 48%. Ooh. So it's kind of interesting that yet people believing the unicorn is barely above 50 with people. So it's kind of shocking. I thought more people, no offense, would be more open-minded in this community to say the possibility of a unicorn could be real. So that's kind of shocking that the no is so close to the yes. But I mean, hey, this is why we do it, right? I mean, people have the right to believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
It's their rights. We're not going to believe it. Now let's go to this next one, Bob.
Yeah.
Can't, though, bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will the herald the valleys after thee? Now, what the fuck does that mean, Bob?
Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will the herald the valley after thee? Now, remember, I have that phenomenon. This line never existed for me. So I'm having to retranslate it. I know where it came from now, but this is brand new for me. I've never heard of this line with anything with the unicorn. But I guess talking about are you able and capable of binding and like lassoing like a cowboy, lassoing a cow? You fucking bind a cow down. A unicorn, because they're strong. They're like super strong. Again, it goes back to, are they lassoing a fucking rhinoceros? It's like, imagine a cowboy like lassoing a rhinoceros and then trying to bind a rhinoceros. Now we're talking about unicorns. I'm just using unicorns has got the same power as a rhinoceros. So can you bind one? That's kind of the question being asked. Like, whoa, fuck. I don't know if I could bind a rhinoceros. That's pretty big, pretty badass. Or a unicorn. Do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see what.
Yeah, they're talking about handling this thing.
I couldn't bind it by myself, but with the team and with the family, I could. Maybe the message is just that simple.
Here you go.
Okay. And how about this one here? Now, the 29.6. He makes them also to skip like a calf. Labana and Syrian like a young unicorn.
Well, okay. He skips like a calf. If you ever seen a cow calf skip, then you would have that answer.
They move quick. Cows are a lot faster than they seem to be.
Well, yeah, those calves move fast. That's what they're trying to say. The calves move fast. The little gallop little fuckers move fast. Yeah. The older they get, the slower they move. Real slow. But calves run. That's what they're trying to say. Before they become cows.
I have 4 big cows that I yell to. I call them brownies after the Cleveland Browns, which were originally the Elves, and now they're the Dog Pound, so the Dog Men. But it was started with the NFL season just to bring good luck. But I always know that they appreciate music and stuff, so I've pulled over to the side and blared my music, some Incubus for them, and it's just awesome, and I feel like I've grown a connection. My grandparents always had cows growing up, and they had one named Patch Eye. So it's amazing what you could just learn from animals and in drive-by scenarios. But just, guys, appreciate the animals on the side of the road. Count the goats, note the horses, and wave to the horse. There are the cows. I'm all over the place. And try not to eat all the piggies.
Monster Radio is making a comment to Connor. Connor might agree. There's actually precedents for Sasquatch. It actually makes sense biologically, scientifically, and so on. Unicorns are more difficult to accept.
I agree with all until the very end. I look at them equally to accept, because there are rhinoceroses and there are things even just on our own body, like, our fingernails and hair that grow that are kind of just abnormal and they're dead cells. So who's to say that, these magical horses don't have this, singular horn? Yeah, thinking if it's magical, that's when it starts to get a little strange, but I definitely believe it. There's seals out there, dugongs, a lot of land and sea animals that make it seem possible. But I definitely understand and agree with the point he's trying to make, because he's the homie.
Well, look at human nature. Humans have killed off animals throughout history, eliminated animals where they don't even exist anymore because of humans. Now we're just looking at our century because we're alive in this century, but back then there might have been a smaller batch of unicorns, and people could easily kill them off like how we kill animals now off.
Maybe we got it all wrong. Maybe we've put too much religion onto them. Maybe it's simple as they're like a representation of the shot, of like the COVID shot, like the big straight needle, the one single needle that maybe it's old pictures of men hunting down people that are trying to inject them with a needle. What they draw them as unicorns. You can't actually say that you're hunting down people that they're trying to stop the injection. You can't say you're trying to stop the shots, because you get in trouble. But you can draw a picture of a unicorn and people hunting it.
People on the East Coast can't go to sleep. I know it's almost midnight, especially in New York. No, I'm just joking. Have a good night, and you're part of the breaking news for tomorrow. I haven't got the link up, but you're part of it tomorrow, so wake up for it. Got a little surprise for you.
I'm not sure what country it was that had the amazing artwork, but it showed a bunch of real animals, and it showed biped apes that I looked at as a Sasquatch. And they were walking camels, but above it or below it, there were unicorns. And that's just amazing to think that the Sasquatch and the unicorns are a little bit closer than we think. Maybe they are protecting the rest of the unicorns. And I'm huge on Middle Earth and, of course, Jack and the Beanstalk. So I definitely believe the other continents outside the known 6 are holding them. Just like Admiral Byrd reported that the mammoths are still alive in the luscious jungles beyond the poles, then of course these amazing beauties are still alive, and I believe they're under our feet right now.
Yeah, they're there. I believe that they were there.
We will be looking at pictures later on the show, because I know I've heard there are deers that actually have a mutation when they grow one horn. I mean, for all animals, there's always weird mutations.
Well, there's the animal spirits. You have an animal spirit.
Yeah.
Animal spirits are white and pure. You've got like these albino buck, the albino bear, the albino this. They just appear out of nowhere, full grown, and they're called animal spirits. It could be the same thing as Sasquatch. It could be a humanoid animal spirit, a humanoid spirit, a very ancient one, very ancient one. Once they're there, like a ghost, and then they're gone. If a ghost can appear and disappear like a human, and I've seen ghosts like fucking humans, I can certainly spot that could either be a Bigfoot or is equally as proportioned as the ghost I saw.
Yeah. We've said it before, we've said it again. Particle and waveform. Most of the time we're solid, but we can truly become waveform if we're able to get into our true being. And of course, these, elementals that are out there, they're able to tap into the grid and manipulate the frequencies to do that. So of course, I think these unicorns and other things that might be protecting or even hunting down and using the unicorn blood. We saw in Harry Potter that Voldemort was feeding on the unicorn blood. That a million percent, means things like connect the dots, the Shining, Dr. Sleep. Don't even like to go further than that.
Well, let's see what this one says here. Palms 9210. But my horn shall though exalt like the horn of an unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I like that one a lot because a rhinoceros horn, curves a bit. We got to agree that, but a unicorn that points directly, that points north. So I love that. It points to the heavens. It points to the sun and moon. But of course, it's up for interpretation. But that's how I take it.
Yeah, I like your idea. It works for me. I mean, because these are people from back in antiquity. I mean, they're going to draw they're going to have a name for something. They're seeing something. There's smoke, there's fire, and it's got a single horn. You put a name on it, you guess it. I don't want to. It's like, what argument do you want to have? There's a single horned animal out there, and it's all over the paintings in antiquity. There's smoke, there's fire. So there was one out there somewhere. It's your opinion what it is.
Well, let's see what this one says. 33:17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he should push the people together to the ends of the earth, and they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are thousands of Manasseh, whatever that is.
Ends of earth, baby. That's all I heard. I'm down with it. Guys, Google it. Say Earth the Bible describes. Oh, man.
It does.
We're in a snow globe, if anything. Baby.
I bet you people are surprised.
Drink your hot cocoa.
I think people are surprised how much uniforms are actually in the Bible. These aren't just 1 or 2 verses. These are like 9 verses.
Well, it's also in the book of Job. In the book of Job. And Job is and people don't know this. People actually don't know this. Now, if you look up, I recommend you don't need to be a Christian, so walk away from whatever. But read the book of Job if you're a non-Christian, if you're a pagan, I don't give a shit what you are, but read the book of Job. Because number one, Job is not a Jew. He's like one of the only ones in the entire book. It's a story about a guy he's not Jewish. He's actually himself. And so he's just a monotheist, whatever. But the book of Job has a lot to do with the unicorn. Like if you type up the book of Job, you'll see some stuff in there. If you look up the book of Job 39:9.
Hey Bob, one person in the chat, Nick, wrote, "What if unicorns were just horned horses?"
Absolutely. Well, yeah, well, they could be. Yeah. Biologically speaking, absolutely. Yeah, it could be a tooth, like the whales. It's a tooth in the Narwhal whale. It's a tooth in a lot of things. It's just ivory. It can be there. It's a single horn.
Technically, we're supposedly come from apes, right? We mutated into this. Why can't a regular horse mutate it from a unicorn with the horn? And throughout history, the horn kind of just went away. Now there's more humans. Don't need that much magic anymore.
It just takes one reproductive cell, like a cell on his forehead. It produces ivory, just like a horn does. It's that simple. It could happen if there's a demand for it and an emotional, like strangled. It's like a horse is environmentally strangled in horrific areas, and one day there's a baby born and it's got a freaking single ass protective nub on its forehead to knock shit down. What an advantage that is. That could be that simple. Absolutely.
Well, let's see what 22:21 says. Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard from me from the horns of the unicorns.
It's a unicorn horn. I've got one. It spins.
It could be used as communication devices too.
Yes, I'm going to communicate to you right now.
We're all from apes.
I'm communicating to you.
I agree, Danielle. I don't think we're from apes either. But how do we really know, right? How do we really know?
Oh,
well,
shit.
Let's check out this last one. Isaiah 34.
Put Daniel back up. Put Daniel W back up.
Oh, back up.
Yeah, put her back up.
That one.
Put her message back up.
Oh, her message.
Yes, yes.
I can't accept
cool.
we're from apes. Is that the one?
Oh wait, what was the question for me?
No, you said put it back up.
Oh no, I was just hiding behind her because I'm smoking weed. I just want people to see it. I was just put her back up so I could smoke without everyone staring at me. That's all that was. And Connor figured that shit out. He was like, he just wants to hide behind the fucking box, dude.
I always gotta hide when I'm on TikTok live because I don't know if it's legal or not to do it.
Yeah, I was like, put Daniel back up.
Well, technically, in the state of California and Washington, you could do it. So, but here we go. Isaiah 34:7. This is the last one. And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land should be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Woo, that's brutal. I want to see that happen.
You know what? Look at this one. Look at this. Okay, fossil remains of skeletons. Look at this. While horses have an extensive fossil record, there are no confirmed fossils of unicorns. But that hasn't stopped people from trying to find unicorn remains. I mean, you can say that about the Bigfoot. Technically, some people say there is bones, but the government hid it and won't tell us. But beyond that, there's no technically record of
I'll
Bigfoot
tell people
that we know, and we know Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, well, I'll tell people right now. I went to school for archaeology, anthropology. I studied it. You know how many skeletons that they have to make the decision that you guys are everything and this came from whatever. It's the size of a small room. I was at the Smithsonian. There are almost no bones. I mean, when you people think there's like the scientists have this monster area and thousands of millions of bones so you could follow evolution. I mean, yeah, I agree with them if that was true, but there are none, hardly. You've got you've got species of hominid that they give names to and whatever, and they got a fingertip. So you're giving this entire body, and it's like, this is how they looked. They had a small chin. I'm like, you've got a fingertip, man. Where are you coming up with this shit? A lot of the skeletons are like that. I tell people, there's not very many. They mostly erode 100% of the time. So you got maybe, 99.9% of the time. So you got 1% of the skeletons that represents your entire past. So they're still finding things. They just found a dragon over the weekend in England.
I saw that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a dragon, and it's a prehistoric dolphin, man. How freaky is that? Off the shore. I'm like, I wish I was in England right now. I was like, oh my God. A prehistoric fucking dolphin? They call it a dragon. It's cool. So there's your dragons. They exist. Same thing with the unicorn.
1,000,000%.
Yes. Soon.
Interesting.
Did it go down any further on that fossil record article? Did it show any possible pictures that have been taken?
Oh, yes, man. They were showing the spine.
let me put
Eric could find it. Eric, bring that fucker up. Let's talk about it. The existence of animals. So this kind of goes into the same.
But thing is, guys, I show people a picture that unicorns exist. I mean, look at us. Bob, you and I are riding the unicorn.
Show them the article of the dragon they just found in England. So look at this cool dolphin. It's a dolphin. They're intelligent. Can you imagine like a dino dolphin?
Okay. Found dragon.
Must have ruled the ocean.
Where at? In the UK?
UK, yeah. They call it a dragon or a prehistoric dolphin. It's on the same subject, guys. We're proving that they're unicorns and these species, these things exist. Who would ever think about a dino dolphin? What? That's a fucking what moment for me. I was happy today. I was happy. Look at that. Huge dolphin. That is a dolphin. And they think that they're just as intelligent as humans, but in a different way. So imagine that smart fucker. There's your giant. Wow.
Yeah, that's just a dolphin. Imagine the sharks and whales.
Oh God, even bigger. Yeah. And those small dolphins are highly intelligent. So this dolphin must have been brilliant with a huge brain. God.
Now let's see here. What did it say about it here? Let me see here.
Way to go, England. Way to go, England, for the find.
The 180 million year old skeleton of a Rutland sea dragon has been discovered in UK. The skeleton measures 32 feet long and the skull weighs about 1.1 tons, marking as the largest and most complete fossil of its kind ever found in the UK.
And it's following prophecy. If you guys are Christians or whatever your religion is, because it says that dragons will come in the end days. Dragons, and so you have a picture of a dragon, but whatever. This is called a dragon. It's what it's called. And you got a dragon.
Wonder what the abilities would go to. Of course, like, can they cloak? Do they have infrasound, echolocating? Wow. Can they communicate for miles, kind of like elephants and whales? Oh. Just imagine that. And then imagine, of course, the unicorns. I'm sure they could use infrasound for sure. Echolocating, I don't know. But I'm sure they had, I know they had elephant-type feet, as they were described, as you guys know. So they would definitely have huge sensors down there. And I'm sure they could sense things coming from all four corners. Yeah. So amazing.
Everybody understand, when he's describing the biblical description of the unicorn, not to be mistaken with the mythological unicorn, which is a little white unicorn with the little. He's talking about the one that David climbed on with the horn. It was a size of a mountain. And then again, with the Hebrew stories that Moses had to tie him to the ark, his horn, to save the unicorn's life. Huge.
Well, this was the same article where we was reading on. There's like a picture of a unicorn with like powder from the horn is poison antidote. Mythical white horse, like a creature with one horn, a symbol of freedom, power, and speed.
With the rainbow dome in the background, showing the firmament, and it's showing it goes all the way to heaven. Just like Dr. Wu was saying, look where the horn ends up. Right at heaven. Like, is that just a coinkadink or what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And it says tears and blood are healing. And
now,
cloven hooves. Fun facts about unicorns.
Some of you Christians that watch the show are, in fact, and have the phenomenon, the Mandela effect. So when I talk about Moses tying up the unicorn to the side of the ark, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know. I didn't know that story either. I've just found it out. It's new to me. But yes, it's in literature, all in the Torah. Again, with David on the unicorns, the tip of it, or they have a different name for it, a reem, whatever. It's the same fucking thing. It's a unicorn. It's described like exactly how Connor described it. Large body, huge head that goes up, unicorn.
Here's one of the stories of a unicorn sighting. Many people claim to have seen unicorns in person. In 1991, an Australian naturalist, Anatol Fistigas, said he viewed a unicorn while horseback riding in the Harz Mountains. though he offered no proof of the encounter. And in 2010, the Ontario Science Center in Toronto shared footage of a unicorn sighting, which was later deemed a hoax. In the footage, the unicorn's gait looks like a bit wooden as it travels along. Is there a picture of this? Because first of all, you got to be careful when these big corporations, companies, whoever they are, saying we prove that it's a hoax. They might be just saying that because they don't want the actual truth to be out there. So you got to watch where the source comes from.
Yeah, I don't think
it's like watching CNN and Fox News. You think you're watching it to get the truth. You're not getting the truth. You're getting their spin on what they want you to think the truth is.
I don't think everybody can see them. I think only certain individuals could see them. You have to be able to see between the spectrums, whatever. You got to have it. I mean, with or without the drugs. You know, I'm saying without. I'm just going to say without. I know Connor would disagree and say he could add a little bit of DMT, or we have a special, which is, yes, you can do that too, and you'll definitely see a unicorn.
Now,
hey, I crack my spine or my neck a couple times, and I get some sprays of LSD in the right directions. And then again, the DMT, the dimethyltryptamine, right in your third eye. You know, if you activate that, seeing unicorns is not very strange compared to the stuff you'll meet out there.
What is this?
Yeah, a lot of shamans saw unicorns.
She wrote, Believe Kay wrote, Bob, interesting about the unicorn and Noah's Ark. The Hindu version of the story has the boat being tied to the horn of a huge fish.
Oh, shit. Probably the unicorn.
Right. I could see a unicorn, like I said, being a sea creature and a land beast, and it being kind of a blend of both. Hey, Eric, could you pull up Monster Radio's question? He said, what's your take on Dogman? You know I'm a Dogman researcher. Are they, in your opinion, demons or something else? Personally, I think there is canine-type biped creatures out there that are natural to this world, just like Sasquatch. But there definitely are these demon shapeshifters as well. I've seen interviews with high-level Satanists that they say you reach a level, you have to become a vampire or a werewolf, and your bones break and you transform into a werewolf. It's very vicious. But then there's other ones like the Lugaroo, the Rougarou, and other Wolfman ones that it's genetic or maybe a curse or maybe just being bit by something. So I know it's a very broad answer, but I definitely think there is canine upright creatures out there that are natural to this earth, but there are definitely chimeras that are being worked on, and there are some with body armor that are out there, and Steve Stockton's done some crazy reports of them holding guns, and it's just some next level stuff out there. So yeah, man, keep up the great work. Nice. Monster Radio has found some incredible Dogman tracks and some interesting structures and just good leads on stuff, man. Definitely interesting stuff. Keep up the great work. We got to have you on here one of these days and talk about, the Wolfman.
Well, let me ask you this then. In a way, since we're talking about mystical stuff anyway.
Well, Joey has a question about the balls.
Well, Bob, look at this. I know. I love Joey's Joey Roga's thing.
I think they're
unicorns have naturally hairless balls.
No, they're hairy. They're hairy balls. They're very, very hairy. That's a damn good question by Joey.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
And this guy is this. Okay. Now, if you look at humans, some countries we're white, some countries we're black, some countries we're Asian, some countries, India. I mean, we got different humans the way we look. Bigfoot, if we think that Bigfoot's more like humans, there's going to be different tribes, different looks of a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
A dog man could just be technically a different version of a Bigfoot, like we have other people in other countries. And of course, this version, they're like you're saying, they're more animal, they're more stronger. You know what I mean? They're more of this. I mean, if we could be different, and we're saying the Bigfoot community, we're saying the Bigfoots are like us, they're going to be different versions of a Bigfoot too.
For sure. If you look at Patty, the Bluff Creek Bigfoot definitely looks like a human hybrid type creature. But if you look at the Mayaca skunk ape, it has sharp fangs and a little bit of a snout. Kind of looks like a monkey. Kind of looks like a dog man. The Florida skunk ape. And some of the tracks have been four-toed and three-toed, and it's pretty interesting to see the variations. And some of the Native Americans call them gugways, and I could see misinterpretations and mistranslations. And when you're in the moment in fear, being hit with infrasound and zapped, and you're trying to fight for survival, you might call it a werewolf or a wolf man, and it might have been a Bigfoot, but it's very interesting. But these creatures are out there, and all we could do is just try to document as much as possible. But when people try to build walls and close people off, that's not the right direction. But I feel like all of us tonight sharing this, we're in the right red yarn. We're not wearing the red ring, but we have the red yarn wrapped all around us. It was long chosen before. While I'm ranting, I just want to talk about my outfit real quick. I'm wearing a Deadpool shirt because Deadpool is known to love unicorns. Like, everybody should know that if you are a Deadpool fanatic. And then I'm wearing a Superman hat because 2018 National Unicorn Day, DC Comics put out a thing with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, riding a unicorn. But
nice.
Hopefully Gail or whoever wants to play Wonder Woman gets the message. Next year I'm gonna have like a Bigfoot Anon day. She can ride me.
Whoa, nice, dude. I won't be doing that though. I'll go to your party, but I'll skip the last part.
Well, he's not kidding. Here, let me stop the screen. Let me show a picture of. Look, DC characters. There's one right here riding unicorns.
Yep.
No shit.
It's pretty amazing, man.
That is
and why
cool.
would now I can understand Batman riding a unicorn. He doesn't have powers. Superman is the most ultimate power in the world, and he's riding a unicorn.
No shit. That's badass. The horse soldiers, man. That's cool. Yeah, and they'll have clean water the entire way because the unicorn will just clean the water. Ooh. So it's kind of a nice. Wow. It's sanitary. Having a unicorn as your horse would be sanitary in a fighting field. I would, if God says I want you to fight a battle, what kind of horse you want? I said, well, I want a unicorn because they can sterilize the water on the way. They can keep you warm. They can go much longer, much faster. They can travel longer distances without being tired.
Let me ask you this theory, Bob. Let me ask you this theory here. Now, this picture here shows a dinosaur versus a unicorn. What if there were unicorns, and when the dinosaurs took over the earth, the dinosaurs killed the unicorns, and of course, their blood of the unicorns start killing off the dinosaurs?
Well, that dinosaur will die because if you guys know about in the science, we're going to go science on this one. Okay, let's go science on this one. Okay, scientifically, the dragons. If you guys know about like the actual real dragons, they have an enzyme. They have like kind of a bacteria in their mouth, and it drools. The actual dragons will drool down with a bacteria, and if they bite you, you're fucking pretty much dead, man. No matter where you go, you've got an infection that's not going to stop infecting. It's going to eat you down to nothing, and they're going to get you. That's how dragons will fucking kill you. They do it in real life. That's how they kill you. Now, it's got its clutches of a fucking not a normal animal, but a unicorn. And a unicorn sterilizes. It takes and kills all the bad bacteria. That's how it cleans the water. So it's in the water, cleaning the water. Big ass. It bites and now this dragon is going to die.
Yeah, imagine that. Its poison is going to purify all the way through its body. It's just going to disintegrate. That's amazing. Yeah.
Pure poison.
M. Night Shyamalan movie. Eric, you remember the Rust scene when it goes really fast and he pretty much like dies really quick? It would be like that, like pretty much. That's amazing.
Put the picture back. Yeah, it'd be pure poison.
And Voldemort was a dragon, of course. He was a serpent. He was Satan. Just like Ryan said, it's Satan going after the purity. It's right there. Jesus, Virgin Mary. Yeah. It's all connected, guys.
Yeah.
Let me show you guys this.
The blood is poison. It's
Let me show you this. This says here, the good news is unicorns were real. The bad news is they were hideous.
Yes. Hopefully this talks about Marco Polo. On his journeys and discoveries, he actually caught a glimpse of a herd of unicorns. And he said they kind of looked pretty much exactly like that picture. They were hideous and scary looking, and they were more of predators than beauties.
That's what it says here. Cool. Tens of thousands of years ago, unicorns did in fact exist. They were just more hideous than you ever imagined. In real life, the Siberian unicorn looked more like a giant hairy rhino than a Lisa Frank horse. It fed its 6.5 foot, 4-ton frame by eating lots of grass.
Huge. I mean, big, 6 foot. 6 foot. God damn. Big beast, boy. Well, so if someone says unicorns ever exist, well, yeah, they did. They're just extinct. They're coming back now, though. But look at that fucker. Ooh, that would hurt.
They might be extinct on, the 6 known continents, but in the Lost Islands, they're out there. Right. They're probably in the Florida swamps. They're probably in the Washington corners. They're probably up in British Columbia, the Himalayan mountains. They're probably in Argentina.
I mean, remember
there, down there. That's where he escaped to. He probably has an alpaca farm, ostriches, and a bunch of freaking unicorns.
Yeah, there's a quantum longevity. There's no death. So if it dies, it always lives. It has its life. It always lives. But it's magical. So if it's always magical and it dies like Jesus dies, comes back, whatever, the fucking unicorn didn't actually die. They can't die. They're just a living form now. Probably certain people could see them and some people can't see them. Same thing with Bigfoot. I'm still running with that theory. People are like, only some people can see them. Why? Only some people can see them. And then those same people that say they can see a Bigfoot sometimes see what they call a dog man, or they see a reptile thingy, or a whatever. They're like, you're crazy, man. No, it's because they could see them.
The Vanara people, are the forest people, basically. Yeah. They gave the normal human beings Sheila-hite. That was hot, purified water, and that helped them develop, spiritually, pretty much in every direction. And then I, do this research on the unicorn and hear about the purification. I'm sure there's multiple ways to purify water, but maybe it's the same source of energy, or maybe these bipedal, ape-looking people were hurting, the unicorns. And say they're not all out there, man. It's amazing.
I think so.
Well, according to this one article on Happy Unicorn Day, researchers originally believed that the Siberian unicorn died out 350,000 years ago, but now think the formerly mythical creature is much closer to us on the timeline of existence.
Ooh, yeah.
Calling all wannabe princes, believer dreams, April 9th. I didn't know we had a unicorn day. Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah. 11 days before, 420.
I always
gear up. That's when I buy my sack.
A brony would know that. A brony would have known.
I'm not a brony, but a lot of bronies do come into the comic book store. I don't, I'm all for liking animated things, but once you start getting weird with it, I can't get with that, Nothing inappropriate, but you can appreciate cinema for what it is, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, the bronies.
Bronies.
I have no comment on people's lifestyle.
I think we had a show where we all fell on bronies, and we watched some videos of bronies.
Yes, that's a different type of unicorn.
You like My Little Pony? They have a whole different type of unicorn.
The brony unicorn. But I do have information on history. If you guys want boring shit.
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of cool.
Because I'm done with articles. I don't got any more articles.
Here we go. Oh, I'm going to give you some shit to look at. Here we go. I'm blind, so I have to do this in Braille. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Going down. Okay, there's a book. There's a book. Yeah, here we go. There's a book that came out in the 5th century, between the 5th century and 15th, whatever. And also around the same time, this book was out there and was competing with another book for number one in the old days. Back in the days, this was one of the number one books for a long time, competing with the other number one book, which was the Bible, King James Version Bible, back in Europe, whatever. And people, whatever, they moved away from the Catholic, whatever. So their Bible, and then the next competing book was this book. And Eric, you're gonna type it in. It's called Bestiaries. This book is called Bestiaries.
Hold on,
I'm gonna spell it to you.
Okay, what am I typing in?
You're gonna type in B-E-S-T-I-A-R-I-E-S. Bestiaries. Book.
Oh, Bestiaries book.
Or you can just put Bestiaries. Yeah, really fucking amazing. So this book was competing with the Bible. So when you went to a person's house, they'd have a Bible and this book at their house. It's a book of mythological creatures in all their glory. Like, seriously. Unicorns, everything. So there it is. Yeah. So yeah, you can scroll down to the picture. You don't have to show the books, but yeah, the pictures. Yeah, the pigs. These came from the book. Well, that's like a game version. I guess they made it probably got it from the book. It's called the Bestiaries, and it's really interesting because they got a lot of stuff about unicorns and everything. So at the time, these people loved this book, and at the same time, they wanted to rewrite the King James Version Bible. So I'm assuming whoever rewrote the Bible to whatever our modern day translation is, he also had this book, the Bestiaries book. That book, yeah. The Book of Beasts is another name for it. Yes, the Book of Beasts. So he obviously incorporated a lot of these animals into the Bible. He gave them, because he's reading the description, probably like this, and then he went over to the Besties book, which is like an encyclopedia at the time for wild, weird, mythical creatures. Oh, it's a unicorn. So he writes it into the King James Bible, unicorn. You know, because that's how the Hebrew described it. This big monstrous thing with its single horn and stuff. But yeah, so that book, The Bestiaries, has all these wonderful pictures of all these wonderful beasts, the Book of Beasts. And that's where how the Bible probably got its change. Well, it's not really changed. In fact, I'm mentally ill, so nothing's actually changed. There's no such thing as anything changing. But if you just don't know it like I do and have mental ill issues, yes, this is the reason why I think they have unicorns in the Bible.
There's a unicorn right there.
Yeah, that's called the unicorn or the tapestry. It's called unicorn tapestry. There's a name for that. There's a whole series of those.
There was a whole book that never actually got finished by Leonardo da Vinci, how he was working on like a natural encyclopedia, and he actually included the unicorn, but yeah, it never got published before he passed away, never got finished. And I'm looking at this, I'm getting vibes that maybe this was a little bit riding in the entrails of that. So yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah, he probably had the book himself. He probably had that mythological book, and he's like, oh man, I love these mythical creatures. He started drawing them. Where's it at, Eric? You want to type in, here's the other one. It's called, this is interesting. It was in Harry Potter. If you guys remember Harry Potter and his little colleagues hanging out in their little downstairs, and behind them, they had this tapestry, and this tapestry had unicorns. So they were in Harry Potter show. They were like all over Harry Potter stuff in the tapestry. And anyway, the tapestry was a famous tapestry. It's up and now in New York. You guys can go see it, but it's called The Lady and the Unicorn. So Eric, type in The Lady. Well, actually used to be not that's fucking weird too. It was called Lady and the Unicorn.
Okay, give me a second.
That's a Mandela effect. There's
Lady and
Unicorn.
There's
no blood in front of it. But anyway, Lady and the Unicorn. Tapestry. This is amazing stuff. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, now go up to images, Eric. Always click up to images. There you go. And then scroll down. Now look at these beautiful pictures.
Got a unicorn right here.
Yeah. All the royal families have the uniform crest, or have they have the unicorn crest, and a lot of them do. Now they're supposed to be pure. This woman has to be a pure, uncut. Like if you were to get cocaine, that shit was a fucking uncut, like pure. She has to be like a pure virgin, That means zero fooling around. So this is what they use. Kind of like remember back in the days of Rome when they had those gals that did the same thing. They were oracles. They had to be pure virgins. They had to be pure. It's the same concept with the unicorn thingy. And so in the tapestry, they have her containing the unicorn. And then later on the tapestries, they have the hunters killing the unicorn. in the other series. I know it sounds weird.
No, there's a lot of good,
A lot of
good pictures. It's
What does that look like right there? That looks like a Sasquatch.
It sure does.
Sasquatch chained up.
Man,
Sure does.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Tammy Finnegan said, look up a book called The Resurrectionist. It has creatures.
Oh yeah, probably copied out of that original manuscript from the Middle Ages. That was it. Competed. I've never heard of that. I thought the Bible was number one, but this book I've never heard of. But now it exists, and so it was equal being sold as on the streets with everybody buying that book as the Bible, which is really weird. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I wonder what made that initial push it to number one, basically, or number one or number two. Was there some kind of mind-altering thing going on, phenomenon that mass amount of people are going after, or was it just word of mouth? Was it the way of the wind? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of interesting animals in that book. But yeah, so that's kind of cool, Eric, with the unicorn gal. There's a whole series of those. In fact, I told you there's one in your room, your daughter's room. I brought her one.
Yeah, we might as well get into a couple things in pop culture that were, influenced pretty much by that book right there, Dr. Wu. What's funny is number one on my list is Legend. So it's really funny when he started mentioning Tom Cruise. I was like, oh, nice. Me and Eric, we're always on the same wavelength, man, when it comes to cinema. It's amazing. Unicorn Store, which was directed and starred by Brie Larson. She goes to a unicorn store, and it's pretty much a representation of, self-identity. And, of course, they try to go Netflix on it and get a weird agenda. But we can all be a unicorn. And one of my favorite players, Kristaps Porzingis, he plays for the Dallas Mavericks right now. He was drafted by the New York Knicks. He came over from Europe. Phenomenal player. He's like 7'1", but he plays like a 6-footer, and his nickname is the Unicorn because he changed the game. And that's what's cool is when this new era comes in and everything changes. And of course, I'm the unicorn in this Bigfoot industry, guys. But Exposed. We were talking about Keanu Reeves earlier, or maybe I was in my head, or I was watching a podcast about him. Yeah, no, actually, I was watching a TikTok about him. It was this black dude was saying 5 white people that are valid, and Keanu Reeves was one of them. William Dafoe was another. Oh, man. But Keanu Reeves, Exposed. Really bad movie, but it has unicorns in it. Your Highness with James Franco, Danny McBride, Natalie Portman. Of course, that has 8 people, reptilians. It's very interesting. Stardust, which is an amazing book and movie. Inkheart, which had Brendan Fraser in it, which is very similar. Fantasia 2000. Definitely recommend doing LSD and watching that. Adventures of Tintin had it. Despicable Me 1 and 3. I've never seen those completely all through the trilogy, which I need to just to read in between the lines, because we already know that through the cartoons they're giving us the exact truths of our reality.
Yes, they are.
Blade Runner, the director's cut. Eric, did you read about this? Did you see this?
What?
In Blade Runner, he has a vision that a unicorn's running through in the director's cut. So we have to find that cut down the road, man. That is freaking dope. Chronicles of Narnia, of course, guys. Toy Story 3, Buttercup, one of the main characters. I cried in Toy Story 3 a little bit, and then it gets really scary too with the evil pink teddy bear. Jesus. Cabin in the Woods, of course, every mythological creature's in that. But it gets really unique. Free Solo, which is that Alex Honnold story, how he free solos up there. Well, one guy, he was doing a campaign for unicorns, and he climbed some freaking rock face with the unicorn suit on. So that's pretty admirable. Adventure Time, guys. Of course, one of the main characters is a unicorn. Wish Upon a Unicorn, Fairy Princess, My Little Pony, like we talked about earlier, Flash Gordon, Forbidden Planet, Battlestar Galactica,
There's Blade Runner.
Attila. Yeah, there's Blade Runner.
When the fuck? Director's cut. That's why.
Director's cut. Yeah.
Wow.
And while I can say it, we have a lot of great people in chat right now and in the whole show, man. The family is incredible. Appreciate the support on all of our channels and on everybody's channels in the chat. Make sure to become friends with each other if you guys haven't been reunited, But congratulations. You just met some cool people. But real quick, I'll just knock out the rest of the list, of course.
We take rejects here. We take rejects.
D&D has a lot of unicorn lore in it, of course. Care Bears, even the Care Bears had a lot of unicorn stuff. She-Ra, the real Ghostbusters, so the animated Ghostbusters had it. Harry Potter, of course, Voldemort drank the unicorn blood. Zoo Tycoon, the video game, had it. Jack Frost, Gundam has it. Oblivion, the video game, Elder Scrolls, which is amazing, and there's a new Elder Scrolls coming out soon, so I'm sure there's going to be more unicorns and mythological beasts. The TV show Supernatural also had it. Borderlands 2, Charlie the Unicorn was a popular YouTube series. Rainbow Unicorn Attack was a video game. It was a side-scrolling game that you had to really wild. A Neopet named Uni. Gravity Falls is a really fun animated show. These animated shows show unicorns pretty much all the time.
Wow.
Even shows will sneak one little unicorn in there. And then I wrote that the throne chair of Denmark is rumored to be made out of the unicorn tusks.
Whoa.
Because it keeps you safe. So it's very interesting. So a lot of people have tried to debunk that, but a lot of people say that, the original is far underground for now.
Well, yeah. Eric,
did you mention this movie? You probably did. I was looking at something else. Movie 2018 called Killer Unicorn.
I did not mention that, but I saw that. I did not watch that movie, but I saw that in my research. And it has some, right on the top, all those awards from film festivals. So it has to be somewhat decent. We'll have to watch it. I might have to reach out and maybe be in the sequel. Because, hey, did you watch Zillafoot yet? Because it's big news, man. Amazon Prime, baby.
It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free.
No, it is on. It is on Netflix. Like now, I was like Zillafoot. Oh shit!
Now people can't complain that I'm trying to sell it. It's free. Freaking awesome, man. Jesus.
Wow, that's cool.
It is really cool, but it's about the Void Cat and what comes next, man.
Yeah.
And I was also in another short film just 2 days ago. Jack McClellan actually shot it right here at my house. I play a murder victim of a female slasher, like a serial killer, and all the effects were being added after, so I had to just be in my boxers and a wife beater, and I just had to act like beat up, and I recorded it on my GoPro for like my channel, and I was like gargling and like knocking myself into the wall, like trying to like play the role, like pretending I was being tortured and stuff. It was really funny, and they're filming it the next 2 weekends. I'm super excited. I have a really big next 3 weeks planned with all that, so I'm super pumped.
Yes,
2022 is going to be his year.
Oh, it's talking 22, January 22nd, man. I am speaking at the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference. I was just talking to them today. I'm going to be at the VIP dinner on the 21st, too. So they're going to put one of the speakers at each table. So, prayers be with the people that are selected to go at my table. I hope we have a good dinner. I hope they're serving great food. But, no, it's about to be incredible. And then on that Sunday, the day after the conference, we're going to be going out to the Green Swamp. So if any of you guys are for real and really get down, you guys are definitely invited. I'm super pumped. I get to have a vendor table, be on the stage during the round table and get to talk with, Maria Mayor, Lauren Coleman, Lyle Blackburn, and then my homie RPG, Ryan Golembeski. He's from Expedition Bigfoot. He is awesome, man. He, is another reflection of this bright light that has to push the community forward. And he inspires me to get even more out of my shell. And, everybody's like, oh, how is that possible? And it definitely is. We all can even evolve more and more, and just surprise yourself, push yourself out of your comfort zone.
That's the secret. That was a hard one for me. Yeah, comfort zones are addictive. You're like, I don't want to leave it. I want to leave it, but you got to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. You always have to do that. Oh God, it's almost scary.
It is. It is, because the world is cruel, and it doesn't show much mercy. So it's hard enough to fight back against that, than to balance out your own inner demons and own insecurities that hold you back. It's tough, but you get rewarded kindly. Yeah. And this world shows you many different surprises. And I've definitely, I've lived out of my car and begged for meals. Yeah. So it's amazing to be in abundance of love and knowledge and joy and just and fun. Really, yeah, and that's what it's about, is having fun, because I'm so sick of this boring world that everybody is like robots. So I'm trying to remind people of how it used to be. That's about it.
Yeah, once you become Jedi, you just let everything happen, because it's already destined and God's already got a plan, and it's like nothing you can do but just be part of it and just live your life like a Jedi, not have any fear. Have no fear. Everything is fucking staged.
If you want no fear, you'd rather be a Sith than a Jedi, technically, because Jedi's run and hide. The Sith stay out front.
Yeah, don't have any
Sith
fear.
wants everybody to know who they are. Jedi's hide.
I've got no money right now. I'm smoking and I'm drinking. Fine, I got weed.
You are rich.
Now, if they could resurrect, if they could resurrect, of course, a unicorn, they can. Now, here's something that might be interesting to people. I don't know. 14 extinct animals that could be resurrected.
All of them.
Okay. Number one is woolly mammoth. According to this, they could resurrect this.
And they're actually trying to bring them back. They're saying, in the name of climate control, they're going to clone like 64,000 of them so they can trample the ice down, which we all know, they still exist. They're still alive today. Yeah. I don't know about that climate control BS. There's thousands of continents. They got us living on 6. Look at that.
Here's the Tasmanian tiger.
Wow, yeah. I was in Tasmania. I've been to Tasmania.
Penine ibex.
Ooh.
See right there, a deformed one of those could definitely be a unicorn.
Easily.
Yeah. Saber-tooth cats.
Oh, God, yeah.
Still alive.
God.
Moa.
Whew.
Good eating there. Tastes like chicken, probably.
Yeah.
A dodo.
The dodo bird, brilliant. I love that bird.
I've seen reports that they're still alive, though, and been photographed in like the Amazon. So, all these, this is just a tree hugger article, which I'm a tree hugger.
Yeah, the dodo bird is amazing because it's the only bird that goes to another nest and hides its egg and then takes off. It splits. And so it's raised by another bird.
There. See you later.
Yeah, and it's raised by it's raised by another bird, and so as it gets older, it's a heavy carnivorous animal. So and it eats all the other birds. So it lives with them and then eats them as a bigger baby, and then it runs off and does it the same thing as mom did.
Well, here's a ground sloth. Carolina.
They're coming back. I think I've seen those.
Carolina, okay. Woolly rhinoceros.
Oh, there we go. We're talking about that. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Passenger pigeon.
Nice. I love the colors, like cats can see so much more than us. So imagine what they see on these birds, and especially in the sky. And when they create these formations, maybe I have messages. Yeah. Birds might not be real, though.
Sometimes I question.
Oh, an Irish elk.
Wow. Yes. Man.
What is it? An elk that drinks alcohol? That's an Irish elk?
A majestic creature.
An alcoholic elk?
Eric, have you ever watched Grabbers? That one, it's an alien invasion Irish movie that the aliens are like phobic to beer, so they go to the bar and it's the thing just you got to get drunk as possible to defeat the alien. You'd love it if you haven't seen it yet.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Remember, we're kind of living. Remember, I told you guys, medically speaking, alcohol kills the coronavirus and the other viruses in your body, and cigarettes, statistically, people who smoke don't get because your lungs are clogging up all the spores. So drinkers and smokers are actually the safest people here in this pandemic. It's kind of cool.
Did you see the report that came out today about the cannabinoids? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure cannabis compounds can stop the virus that causes blah, 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 you know? And it's like, hey, I already said all this.
Yeah, you already said all that. We said it you said it. We were saying a long time ago. We're like, you smoke weed through the damn pandemic, you'll be fine. And all our people are fine. I'm not sick.
Here's a dolphin, Beatty River dolphin.
Yes. And now we've got the big dragon dolphin.
Hooya.
Ooh. Oh, geez. That must be where they got that. Hooya.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the one beak. And there's like the red color on them.
Shit. A group of those might be Mothman.
Yeah, they do.
These are in North Island of New Zealand.
Wow. That's awesome. They're the kiwi.
And the last one, us.
Yeah.
Well, ancestors to us. They're cousins.
Hey, Bob, isn't that you when you're shaved?
Yes. Yes, it is. No, my jaw is strong. Very large for a man. That's why women like me a lot. You guys understand. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, the Neanderthal. They got no chins. I saw the skull thing. It's like a little ass. They got a big ass front face. It's kind of out here. They look no offense, but Aboriginal, like Aborigines with a smaller. I go, oh, it looks Aborigine. Probably probably their
the old-fashioned question is if you can resurrect, should you? Because life has chosen them not to be around, unless we're the reason why they're not around.
Well, they had bigger brains than Homo sapiens. People don't know that. I was like, you guys do know that Neanderthals had bigger brains than Homo sapiens, the other species. Bigger brains. And then they found out that they were using complex tools. And now all of a sudden, this big myth about them being weak. I'm sure if they have it don't matter if they have a small chin, they probably got full beards. Like big Neanderthal probably had full beards. Yeah, and they were intelligent.
Amber asked earlier, what about Pegasus? Is it a dragon unicorn hybrid? And I'd say so. Yes, it's up there with deities and Quetzalcoatl. And there's all these stories of these flying mammals that have existed on all known continents. So yes, I think it's very interesting. Of course, in Harry Potter, we saw it loud and clear. And of course, Hagrid luckily saved it, but you had to time travel with freaking Hermione and Harry to get back.
I know, right? It took time travel to do that.
And who's at the end of that? The lycanthropes. Sirius Black walking like that. Oh my gosh, it's all right there. Ask Dobby.
Yeah, I could answer that one. In mythology, Medusa. Now, people don't know this, but Medusa was originally, she was a nymph and the prettiest, and she looked human, and she was really smoking, disgustingly beautiful, Medusa. And it has a lot to do with the question that was asked. So Medusa gets seduced not by a man, but by Athena. So Athena, the goddess, she's like chastening up. So she's like, hey, Medusa, you're hot. You're going to be a priestess now in my temple because you're I can't have you on the street. You're too fucking cute. So anyway, Medusa gets confronted by Neptune, big King Neptune. He says, I'm going to tear some up. So anyway, unfortunately, she was in contact with Neptune, and it was not, I don't know if it was agreed upon. I don't think it was. But anyway, Medusa gets pregnant. And she's kind of like knocked up. And then so Athena comes out and says, you had sex. You're no longer peer to me. You were a peer, nasty ass. Boom, snapped her fingers. She turned into this snake monster with thousands of like dreadlocks, like snake dreadlocks, and she's
there's the snakes.
One glare turns you into fucking stone, so she'll never have a man again, ever have a man again. So of course we all know the story goes on later on. Eric, you know the story, and then it goes there, and he gets her head cut off, which is significant now in mythology and all our history. And so now they have her head on everything. They have Medusa's head everywhere I turn around. It's fucking Medusa's head there.
Medusa's where doggy style was invented.
Back to her belly in mythology. So when Medusa died, her belly opened up, and guess what came out? A flying horse. Because it's half Medusa and half Neptune. And so he banged a nymph, so that thing can be any animal, or it can be anything. It's a nymph. So God banged a nymph. Medusa, she was, and whatever, she got changed, and then blah blah blah. But she was still pregnant, and what come out is that beautiful. There it is, Pegasus. That's from Neptune
Titans.
And it was
Perseus?
a love baby. It was kind of a forcible baby.
I forgot that was a unicorn.
Yeah.
Or was it a unicorn? What, did it have a horn? I can't remember.
I think it
was
did
just
have unicorn
wings.
I saw a couple of the images had one horn in that, but with it or with not, I'd say it's a magical beast.
Yeah, it's still a magical beast, and it's still relevant because it come out of Medusa's stomach, and then it saves the guy that killed his mom. Is that ironic? So his mother, Pegasus's mother, is Medusa. So then now he's got Jason in, or is it Jason? I can't remember his name. Whatever, on his back, fighting, whatever. But technically, that fucking his demigod on his back killed his mom, Medusa. Kind of sad.
That's the cycle of life.
Yeah. What's his name?
I have a Pokemon card right here of Ponyta. Ponyta evolves into Rapidash, which is also a unicorn. So if you could look up Rapidash real quick for our Pokemon people. Oh, we lost Eric. He was saying he gets frozen. But this card is an old Rocket card. But it's very cool to see the pocket monsters and Pokemon and MetaZoo pretty much show their variation of unicorn and other similar mythological creatures like Pegasus. Maybe Pegasus is a cousin. It's the Yeti to the skunk ape. So that's pretty interesting.
Which makes unicorns technically like a third whatever Medusa. And then which makes them from Neptune, which is like from way down the line. They lost their feathers.
With the serpent and the dragon, from the first lap. That's crazy.
The problem is when these gods make out not with human women, but with nymphs, people, we get unicorns and monsters and all kinds of weird things.
And how many times do we hear about the Nephilim when we talk about Sasquatch, and the Titans? And it all really does cross over. And then they make Hollywood movies with Sam Worthington in Avatar and as Perseus and as the underdog that we can all kind of relate to. So it's some kind of programming, but it's also some kind of beautiful destiny if you can, walk that fine line.
Yes.
Eric was scared
for you. We got scared.
Everything just all you guys started spinning too, so I thought we were all off.
It did that to me that one time. It was spinning the whole time. I was like, I can't see nobody.
And it changed my background too.
Oh, it did.
Breaking news.
There was a unicorn saying yes out there. That's what it was. A unicorn just said hello, guys. This was magical, Eric. Unicorn was just saying hi.
It's a beautiful thing to find a wild horse out there, like running the beach, So I truly believe that there's unicorns still out there. So
I want one.
Your camera ready.
I want one. Let's go kill me a Medusa, and then it'll be freed. So I guess we have to kill a Medusa to get a flying horse unicorn.
But in that movie, he was on a horse before he met.
No, that's a whole. That one was incorrect. It was done wrong. The movie was wrong on its history, mythological history. No, he didn't get the horse before. In the movie, he got the horse before, but in actual reality of mythology presently, No, he didn't have the horse yet. He killed Medusa, which is the mother of Pegasus. He flies the fuck out, and he's out wild. Now he's wild. So then he goes over and he goes, "Oh, cool horse." Another nymph said, "Hey, there's that nymph horse." Nymphs always call out other nymphs that are all weird. So he gets Pegasus and then calms it down. But Pegasus technically doesn't know that he killed his mom. It's kind of sad. Yeah, what was that movie called again? In the movie
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, you and I saw that at the movie theater.
Yeah, the 80s version.
Yeah.
Much better than that 2010 version, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What was the main character's name again? I got him all mixed up. Perseus, yes.
And Zeus had sex with the common woman. And what was it? And she had a baby.
So different from the mythology now. Yeah.
And then they put her, took Perseus, put them on an island or something. I can't remember. The magic shield, the magic sword, the helmet that makes them invisible.
Yes. In the movie, Zeus makes out with a mortal woman, and then they have Perseus, which is the demigod. So and then they're all gonna kill her because she had like a baby out of wedlock or some crazy shit.
Yes, the other goddess was angry at Zeus because Zeus took her son and changed him into a creature.
Yes, that was later.
Yeah, that was later, and then took Perseus and moved them somewhere else.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Then they go to the court, and then then Athena steps in, and Athena's pissed because this all wrong about her fucking husband cheating, and then find out not only her husband but her fucking I guess would be a brother-in-law, which is Neptune, cheated.
Yeah, and
raped Medusa girl, and then he's like having sex with mortal women, and then Zeus has a lot of sex with mortal women. I think Neptune likes nymphs more than mortal women, and Zeus likes mortal women a lot, which always pisses off his wife.
I think
he always does all these evil things.
You're right. We did a show a long time ago, and we talked about how it seems like the gods, whatever you read, whatever folklore story we read, it seems like the gods just like take any woman they want.
Woman they want.
And I'm giving you a baby.
Yes. But they have to fulfill promises though. You know, remember that. They got to fulfill their promise. So if Zeus is with a woman who says, "I want to see her real form," he can't say no. And so that's what Dionysus comes from. So he's banging this beautiful princess and queen, and then ended up, she's like, "I don't believe you. I want to see your real face, Zeus. You keep claiming to be Zeus. You walk in with your Zeus suit. You look badass, but you got to show me your real god form." And so he did, and then it was a big, like staring into the fucking sun furnace, whatever. And the whole place burnt down to nothing. Killed his lover girl, and then it was a little baby embryo left, which this is mine. Fuck. Got another one knocked up, and he hides it cuts his leg open, puts it into his leg like the size of a bean, and then grows him into a big baby, and then takes the baby out, then hands the baby off, makes a phone call to his brother Neptune. You got a bunch of nymphs that are just doing nothing, and so he's got baby nymphs everywhere. So his cousins, basically his cousins. So he goes off with his cousins, but he's a demigod. He's half human, half god, and that's Dionysus. The story of Dionysus.
Well, and I remember
with the nymphs getting all drunk.
Remember, Wonder Woman's father is Zeus. Also, we all forgets to mention about Wonder Woman. You know, remember in the Wonder Woman movie, she fights her brother, who's the son of Zeus.
Yeah, but remember,
and Wonder Woman's is a god killer. She's technically designed to be a god killer, so she's actually an evil bitch. Yeah.
See, the thing about gods that people don't understand is they could be human, but they could also be animals. So they could be an animal, and so Zeus would want to be a bull sometimes, like a
skinwalker,
big
like
bull.
A skinwalker.
Yeah, big old, and he would also bang women as animals. Like he could be a seagull or a swan. He comes in as a swan and he bangs a chick as a swan. And so they all the early antiquity and then certain periods, they would draw these animals making out with humans on the walls. That's Zeus knocking up everybody.
See, it's interesting to think, like, maybe these skinwalking things is Zeus still in current times, or are these gods still in current times, and these ghosts and this paranormal stuff that we're after is actually like these ancient gods of long before?
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Bigfoot could be a nymph. It could just be a fucking big ass nymph.
Gemma Jade talked about how there's literally fairy species that are 10 feet tall. So I could see them. I know, nymphs and fairies are two different things, but they are from the same tree.
Yeah, the magic realm. Yeah, they are not nymphs. People, don't ever get a fairy mistaken for a nymph. They're not nymphs.
Hey, Eric, before you got booted out, I was talking about the Pokemon Ponyta and then its evolution, Rapidash. Could you search that? Rapid Dash. And that's a Pokemon. Just for anybody that's in here, the Pocket Monsters, guys, they represent a lot of creatures. There's tons of Sasquatch ones, even just like Mankey and Primeape. Tyranitar, Charizard is a serpent. A reptilian, so there's tons of trees just in the Pocket Monsters, but Rapidash is an amazing unicorn right there. And there's legends of red horns, black horns, gray horns, and then of course the white horns. But a lot of the white horns come from the stories of the traders. They had the dugong and the whale horns that they were selling illegal on the black market, and they were white, of course, and they were trying to pass it off as unicorn. So if you see a red or a black one, it might be closer to authentic than a pure white one. But then they started talking about the spiral ones, and it's a beautiful thing. And the Galarian one right to the left right there is even cool. It's kind of fruity, but it's teal and purple as well. But very cool, all the variations of them.
Oh, they're nice.
Scroll down and see a couple more of the red and orange ones. The Galarian one's cool, but that's the traditional right there. Rapidash, guys. One of my.
Let's make this real clear. Connor is in no way a brony. He's just describing these things.
No, these are Pokemon.
Good, yes. I want to put a disclaimer out there. He's not a brony. Now, I know some of you might want to make jokes about it, but no.
Yeah, honestly, I'm big on animated and I'm big on cinema, but I've never seen My Littlest Pony. I would like to sit through an episode because I'm into fantasy, but not fantasy like that. No,
I might do it. One day I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna watch My Little Pony. See what happens. I'm gonna experiment. I'll get the notepad out. I'll call you up, dude. Hey, I'm gonna do a fucking My Little Pony episode. I got some weed. I got some beer. I'm gonna lock the doors. Make sure no one's around. Look out the curtain. Turn it on. Okay, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna let you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be scary. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna watch a My Little Pony show. Whew, that's a hard one, guys.
We'll do one of the underground shows. And Dr. Wu, this is the 2nd year anniversary because I called you live underground. We did a live show from the last Florida Bigfoot conference.
We did.
This one, I might be on stage and I might just have to call in and be like, I'm part of the secret Pentagon army. I'm after the diamonds,
Yes.
Let Brandon get his hands on them.
Yes, I need to put those back out. I need to put those out. I might do the whole sequence and put them out on my show, like one after the other. Just put them all out in one day, like Eric did, like a marathon. The entire thing.
I just typed in how many children does Zeus have? It says over 100.
Oh God, that's what you think.
Zeus family.
That's what his wife knows. What his wife, O'Hara. Yeah,
you're right. The wife knows.
That's what his wife knows about. That's what you get in literature. You're talking about Zeus here. 100? No, that's what a woman would write down.
Yeah, you got to multiply by 3.
Multiply by 3. Yes,
that's what J. Cole said.
Good. Yes, that's what the 13 means. It's 1 multiplied by 3.
100%.
13. You've discovered 13. That's what 13 means. It's from the gods. That means maybe we're all demigods. We're finding out that we're related. We're like half god.
Just feed the Zeus Children Foundation.
I think people like us are the sons of Zeus.
The star children.
Yes, and we're finding each other amongst the horrible things that are happening. We're not stupid. We're smart.
The angels of oblivion made me forget, but you walk the path and you remember.
Yes.
Everybody's got to watch Mr. Nobody. That's some crazy ass crap.
That would be Zeus right there. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, literally, the angels take them up and they wipe your mind, and they're all the sons of Zeus. It's amazing. Nemo Nobody.
Yeah.
Bob Thomas, Charlie Countryman. They all from the same tree. I'm Chad Smith. I'm Spooky Morales. I'm Dr. Wu. I'm me and I'm you. What it do?
I got this is the Squashy Cowboy. Hopefully he's still here. He's got the coolest. He made the coolest little short like video that's fucking badass. Like better than what I could do. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is badass. It's called I Believe in Bigfoot, a short video. Hold on. Let me pause it for a second. He made this, and I thought this kicks ass. Hold on. It's only 34 seconds. And this rocks, man. I bet you Connor seen this.
Oh, yeah. I want to post it on my TikTok, but his secretary is giving me the roundabout.
Well, Bob, check this out. This is fucking badass. He made a little thing for himself.
So you're the guy they tell me about. The one's been watching my videos and not subscribing. Well, I need you to real slowly. Reach over here so slow I can count the hairs on the back of that head. And hit that subscribe button. And don't you dare forget to hit that notification button.
Bang bang!
I'm gonna put his link. I'm gonna put his link in the StreamYard because that is fucking badass. Talk about trying to get people to subscribe to you. That is an awesome black and white little short that he did.
I felt threatened. I don't have a choice.
It felt real. Like that was good editing. When I camped with Joe Pass, the cowboy, Squatching Cowboy, I was giving him props on his skills, like behind the scenes, man. It is incredible work what he's doing. He has incredible drive. Keep up the incredible work, Squatching Cowboy. And that's hilarious. And I know I gave you some tips and pointers for TikTok. Soon enough, bro, you're going to have 100,000 views on that. You know, or the future series, but keep coming back as that cowboy. I want to see, 10 different parts of that. I want to see that story.
I appreciate good work.
I'm gonna send to Connor. I'm gonna if I do with TikTok, I'm just gonna send it to Connor and put it on his. He gets all the views.
I've gotten like more than 7 million views in the last 7 days. It's been really crazy over there on TikTok. I got like 45,000 followers now. One of my videos of Flat Rock hit 3.5 million. Another one of just a random Squatch footage hit like 1.6 million, and it's still going 100,000 a day. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Squatchy Cowboy. Hell, I can't get anyone to watch on TikTok. Hey, I got a TikTok account too, and
you got Connor.
It takes a lot of time. This is not overnight success. This is every single day grinding for the last 2 years. Like that's what this is.
Yeah, Connor one day says, "Hey, do you do hashtags?" I thought he's talking about YouTube. Of course, I do tags, but I didn't know you do tags on TikTok.
Yeah, the key is to use a couple trending topics. Like you go on Discover, and what I do is the least amount of characters, so it takes up the least amount of space. And then, so it's right now like hair talk, digital art, animal lover. So you hashtag those three, and then you hashtag FYP, for For You page, and then maybe hashtag For You, and then you do a couple. Those are all at the last hashtags. And then, but you first hashtag it with hashtag Bigfoot, hashtag paranormal. You establish the groups, and sometimes you don't have to drop anything and your video will go viral. But if you at least have those hashtags, people who are searching hashtag Bigfoot, hashtag paranormal, hashtag Urbex, it will at least, hopefully
for that information
that way. but it's an ongoing experiment. I have 45,000 followers, and every day is not guaranteed on there. Like one video might get like 46 views the way algorithms fall. It's just weird, but you just have to keep being consistent. I told myself like 3 or 4 months ago that every single day I was going to post no matter what. Like, and you don't give it, just post it and then boom, on to the next day. And then look what the growth is. So just stay consistent in whatever anybody's doing. You know, writing a book, like you wake up and you write a paragraph a day, you're going to be pretty far in 3 months. It's little baby steps get you a long way.
What's the shirtless stuff? People are going shirtless on TikTok?
Yeah. Hey, TikTok might be the answer, you know? But what I love is my videos, they build a big spider web, and then on my lives, people get to join me. So I've had hikes that 4,000 people tune in. Like, that's incredible. And, you know, anybody can say whatever they want, but when people are waking up on Saturday morning and getting to hike the Florida swamps with me or anybody, that's a beautiful process. So I just want to keep it on going and keep it spreading out. And it would be amazing if I actually have, you know, some real family over there too, just because I feel like I'm like going through the vines solo. I'm like, you know, but press share, copy link, drop a comment. That helps for everybody. So anybody in here and you see each other, you know, help each other out. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Well, what I learned is on TikTok, make yourself look stupid.
Oh.
Watch. Okay. I don't do a lot, but I have a few here, right? 200, 300, green face, 378. But look at this one. Look how fat, ugly I am right there. 655.
Oh my God. It's probably because you got a cameo of Gene Simmons doing the tongue thing.
I need to do me a TikTok.
No, you would. Both of you guys got the personality that would blow up, man. Same with Cowboy. I believe everybody in here. Like, I believe that anybody that my red yarn is attached to is for a reason. I believe in all y'all. So push it 1,000,000%. I'm with you.
But now you got to watch out, right? Because on TikTok, you could pick music from the list they have, and it'll be allowed on TikTok. But if you upload that video onto YouTube, you're still playing music. You're still taking a chance of getting the video taken down with a strike because you're playing music. So I know you got to be careful because it's allowed on TikTok, but a lot of that music's not allowed on YouTube.
Right. And if you are really serious about bringing it over to YouTube, get a burner account so that way that account gets the strike. And then if it stays up, then put it to private and then upload it correctly to your real account. You know, it's a process. But that's what I start. You know, I'm in the dilemma of that. I'm like, do I start bringing my TikToks to YouTube? I'm like, Jesus, they're blowing up. They're, you know, that many views on there. But no, I'm keeping my adventures on YouTube. You know, I love the 1 hour and 2 hour premieres that we get to hang out. AAP brought over a raid yesterday. I had like 256 people in there at the end of it. It was not total, not, you know, viewing at the time, but after, you know, views, 256 when it ended. I was like, dang, that was solid for YouTube, you know.
But this one, sometimes I don't even understand. And what I mean is, Bob and I, we know this one guy. He's a good friend of our channel. He's a great, his name is Hazel Fever. And his latest video a day ago, he has Aussie and the British flag. It's a Mandela Effect channel, which is a good channel. I watched it, and it has Ozzy Osbourne's music in it, right? On my Horror Talk channel, I was trying to do a werewolf video using Ozzy song Bark at the Moon. YouTube wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't even allow me to put it up. They took it down automatically. So I'm like, he's got an Ozzy song. So how does that work? How come he's allowed to have Ozzy song and I couldn't?
I don't know. What was the question?
So I don't understand how rights work. And, you know, I get videos taken down and another channel can use the song. It's like, do they select the people who they want to?
It's the AI. It's the AI.
And if it's monetized too, like if their account's monetized and then you show it, they come after you a little bit more. But again, like you just showed Squatching Cowboys video pretty much in its entirely. Wouldn't some AI maybe strike you down right there just for that?
No. They well, technically, the Squatching Cowboy can make a complaint that I show this video, but if we said that we're using this video to like judge it like a video,
Yeah.
you're allowed to. So you're allowed to. It's a gray area because you're allowed to play clips and make a evaluation about it.
Yeah.
But you got to watch out because a lot of times the AI don't know that you're making an evaluation on it, and they'll automatically strike it down or take it off, and you'll have to appeal to get that off. It kind of happened when Bob and I did a review on the Mandela Effect movie. I got a strike taken off because they thought I was played the whole movie.
No.
Yeah.
All I did was show a little bit of the trailer. Now I got it taken off. I mean, I got the strike taken off. I'm allowed to have that video. Actually, hold on. The video was already taken down, so they said I could put the video back up, but they already took it down.
Yeah.
So it's
and they were mad. The studio was mad at you on that one because
they were mad at me because I said nothing good about it.
Yeah. Because it was horrible.
But they said, but you didn't show the movie. So,
One conspiracy movie that everybody's got to watch is Wander. And my buddy Jake Eckstein, who I went to film school with at Bowling Green, who I made short films with, he was a set dresser. Long Island Bigfoot, salute, brother. You always present. You always pushing the boundaries forward. And always, no matter what, it's rain, sleet, or snow, you're bringing us the vibes in Bubba's Fort, the Long Island.
Amber's Paraworld. My first paranormal video on TikTok got removed for nudity. I was wearing a sweater.
Oh, jeez. I see Jared King's in here too, man. I see that new logo, bro. Very excited for you. 2022 is going to be huge for us all, as long as the rain doesn't come down in fire form.
Yeah, we're all gonna die, but that's just, who cares? We'll be fine. A little bit of a death. It's just gonna be small this year. Wiped out. Everybody's gonna wipe out. It's gonna be bad, but who cares? At the same time, it's gonna be good.
Now, guys.
Right, 1 second. The movie what I was talking about is called Wander, and Eric, I definitely want you to watch it because it's driven towards conspiracies. Dr. Wu, I'm pretty sure you're in the movie, but it's got Aaron Eckhart, Harvey Dent, Two-Face, and Tommy Lee Jones. Harvey Dent,
Two-Face. Is this an old one or new one?
New. It just came out recently, and my buddy is on it. He's the set dresser, so he set up the set and design every single day, every morning. Which is really cool. So I'm connected to the movie, but I watched it recently. It got a 4.9.
Are they spelling it different? Are they spelling it like WANDER?
Yeah, Wander. It's a town. It's a town in New Mexico, and it might be Area 51. It's wild, guys. I definitely recommend Wander. It's it's sci-fi. It's got 4.9 IMDb, so it's no upper echelon movie. But for conspiracy theorists and people that like to dive into deep rabbit holes, it's definitely upper alley. And also The Signal. That one's a really good one with Lawrence Fishburne, of course, Morpheus, Olivia Cook. And it was filmed right by my house up in Ohio and then also in the desert. And you can definitely tell the two scenes apart. Yeah, that's it. And it's a beautiful thing that both those guys played Two-Face, Harvey Dent. Wondering if they talked about that. But it's very cinematic. Very mental, and everything is a conspiracy in it. You'll be like, wow, Connor's actually pretty normal compared to that.
I wonder why I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this.
It's on Amazon Prime. So watch it after you guys watch Zillafoot. Zillafoot on Amazon Prime. Long Island Bigfoot actually sent me a video of him watching it the other day. He was laughing, man. My scene I am very proud of. It is really cool. The rest of the movie a little wonky, but I promise you the sequel is going to be good because it follows my three characters in my scene. So it's going to be amazing. But Wander, that's a fun one, and you'll feel like you walk through Alice in Wonderland twice, and it's definitely a rite of passage though for us conspiracy tinfoil hat boys and gals.
I wonder how Scream's going to be. I'm watching that this Friday.
I might go tomorrow. I'm super pumped. And my mom is actually going to Panama City on Friday. And Courtney Cox, her family lives down there, and they own Cox Pools. And I have Scream 2 on DVD. So I'm going to have my mom take a picture of the case up front of the place that her family owns.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of corny, but my mom's talking over there. I said, don't go too far out of your way for it, but it'll be a nice post to share.
Picture of the cocks.
I almost walked out of my wife and I almost walked out of a movie this last Friday. We went to the movies and we almost walked out, and I had high hopes for it, and I don't want to say it because a lot of people probably think you're about to walk out of that movie. That looks good. I actually went and saw Kingsman, and we almost walked out. I was like,
"What movie is this? What movie?"
Kingsman. It's a prequel.
Oh, I like the second one like a mother. I love first and second one.
And I don't know if I was tired or so, but I'm sitting here and like, man, I'm not liking this. I don't know why. I like the other Kingsmen, but I was almost. I don't know if it was just the wrong mind frame that day. I'm like,
yeah, the Americans are working together.
Is it so fast paced like the first two, Eric?
Yeah.
No, it's not fast paced like the first two.
Oh,
and yeah, it wasn't fast paced. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird timing too, because it dealt with a death in the movie, and then of course the next day we had a death that we dealt with, and it was just like one after the other. It was just everything like lined up so freaking weird. And
that's a prequel. It's a prequel.
It's a prequel, but I don't know why. I just didn't. I don't know. I did. I got to the point where I was looking at the wife like, man, I kind of want to go, but sometimes. It is what it is. Now my daughter wants to see Scream really bad, this Friday, and I've actually, believe it or not, I heard great things about it. So, I'm excited to say that. Now I'm actually, everybody in the chat, I'm excited for tomorrow. I don't have the link up yet. I'm excited for the breaking news. Going to have some good stuff. I got somebody jumping on for the Mandela effects part. I'm not going to tell you who. Got a special person jumping up to give us this breaking news on a brand new Mandela effect that, in my opinion, should rock your world. In my opinion, it's big. It's big. I just gotta make the link.
I really appreciate you shouting me out in that last breaking news. That was awesome. And then you also shouted out Long Island Bigfoot for 1,000 episodes. Well, incredible stuff.
1,000 videos. Listen, right now, Bob and I have worked on 429 videos. Like on this, he's worked on videos. 1,000 videos. That's a lot of work.
A lot of videos.
Now, the reason I said I celebrated what you're doing is like, okay, I'll make this fast. If you're in the Bigfoot community and you talk Bigfoot all the time, the only people you're going to really grow with are people within the Bigfoot community, because that's the people who are jumping on your channel in the same community. Now, what Connor does, he jumps on every other community too, talks about his stuff, and then he brings a lot of those people into the community. So you're taking people, you're working your ass off, bringing people from the paranormal, from whatever, bronies, doesn't matter. You're bringing them all in to the community. Like Bob and I, we always believe that when Bob does our shows, we don't want to talk about one topic. We want everybody to have
I'm going to challenge myself.
What's that?
I want to take a group of bronies Bigfoot hunting. That's what Connor and I need to take a group of bronies Sasquatch hunting. That would be a
brony bait. Yeah, brony bait.
If we could get bronies to believe into the paranormal and Bigfoot,
grab your gear.
We're making hayway.
How are you going to carry gear with that weird ass outfit on? You're not going to make it through the bush. Guys are not going to make it through the bush wearing the brony outfits.
Why am I getting the ZZ Top vibes? You know what, Amber? Bob and I used to get that comment a lot. We had other people come on. A lot of times people come on, they have these beards and stuff, and people used to call us the ZZ Top group.
It's my beard. It does it. Sorry, guys. I stole another woman on the show. I'm too damn handsome. I need to, I don't know. If I shave, the magic goes away. I use it for magic powers.
Eric, on your next breaking news, not tomorrow, but the next one, you'll have to feature Squatchin' South Florida. That interview we did with Carrie Arnold, was pretty cool yesterday. It was really cool to see Carrie kind of take the mentor role of Matt. And then, of course, they talked about, expeditions I was on. So, of course, I enjoyed it. But he invited Matt onto the Bigfoot Odyssey Next 168. So he's going to be part of the expedition and, documentary crew. So I'm really excited for that. Great opportunity for him. And his channel blew up, more than 50 followers. So, it's just good. I love seeing the communities grow, because when we have lives and it grows up and you see cross-pollination, it's just like AAP says, man, the armed American patriots cross-pollinate. We all got to show love. Like you were saying, paranormal, mermaids, extraterrestrials.
That's how you get them, right? You got to go over there. You got to say, hey, check out.
Well, I like that, cross-pollinate.
Yeah, that's his words, man. AAP, he's awesome. And I've been talking to a lot of grow op pages, because they have a lot of run-ins with the Sasquatch, and plus, that good bud puts you in the right moment to see the Rapidashes, the unicorns, and the angels in the sky.
Oh, yeah, they're there.
Yeah, no, you got the perfect attitude, because I think we talked about it. We don't get invited to channels.
No.
Hey, I get invited to half of them. I freaking sneak on and force my way onto the other ones. You have to really, I know it's going to be showtime. Like, ding, ding. You're going to get 12 rounds of this.
No, I think
and every time I ask people if they want to come on, I usually get, I don't know, man, you guys are too extreme. You guys don't stay on subjects and stuff.
Well, I've had interviews being taken down. One of my good friends in this thing, Sasquatch Theory, he took our interview down, I guess for a couple bad comments. I'm not really sure why, and he never reached out to me. It was really sad, honestly, to see. And I'm big on keep that positivity going. 200 people love it, 20 people might hate it, but keep those people rumbling and trembling. Let's do it for the people that get something from it.
I can't see you pissing people off, Connor. I'm sorry. I just can't see that. You're a nice person.
Some people get really intimidated by the energy, and then if they're not with the paranormal Sasquatch side, and then if they've seen, one post on my TikTok that was debunked by a certain crew, 6 years ago on a Reddit forum, like, bro, like, we're opening conversations up to literally like tens of millions of people now. So, it's FU numbers at this point to some of these people. If they're going to be low vibrations, we step on them like crickets, and we use them as bait.
Your speed on Space Out Radio was actually perfect. I mean, we know how fast you could talk if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You had a perfect speed throughout that interview on Space Out Radio. And I meant it. It's probably one of your best interviews that you've done. You just had a perfect energy on that show.
Yeah, you were on.
You were on. I mean,
I definitely appreciate that. And it was the right vibe, it's that midnight show. He has a very calming thing. He is a professional journalist too. So sometimes I know that I have to amp it up a bit to keep the show lively. Sometimes the people don't know the right questions to get the crazy crap out of me. Yeah. So sometimes I just keep going, but I knew that he would ask the right things and kind of navigate the way. And it was an awesome, fun interview. And I know that I'm going to be back in a couple weeks or a couple months. They emailed me the high directors, even above Dave Scott. It's like that thing is an entity. Spaced Out Radio, like, I'm still figuring it out. It's like it plays all around the world. I'm still figuring. I'm like, whoa, it's very cool.
Let's see if there's any changes into this. See here.
I like this channel. I get to I can take my shoes off. I can relax.
45% yes, 37% no, 18% maybe. So it's almost getting close to half and half with the yes and the no. Very surprised by that.
And I want to address Squatch and Cowboy says, just give Connor a few Bud Lights. And I had a few Bud Lights, we were in Tennessee. And, I calmed down. Like, we were with Blue Eyed Northern. Old Bear's Den's wife is a singer of the church, so Crazy Connor knows when to tone it down around women when we're camping and stuff. But, I definitely was toning down as well with smoking and had a long day. But best believe you get a few more extra beers, I will would be jumping off campers and trailers. But it was very funny when people try to get, me calming down in a camp, which Cowboy's telling the truth. I do get calm at times, and I'm very amplified right now in a lot of these times. But it's not fake. It's not an act. This is authentic. Come to the comic book store. This is how I interact with customers. This is how I talk to people on the street. Just because I can show respect around women at a camp does not mean I'm a freaking poser. Because I live and breathe and bleed this. So shame on the people that were trying to get Squatch and Cowboy to say something bad about me and call me a poser. Because I could be amped up because, trust me, at 7 a.m, I was right next to Cowboy. I already smoked 2, and we were talking about, the good season going on. So, I could be calm. I could be a bazillion miles per hour, but I am not a poser. I am not a poser. No.
Usually posers call other people posers. I get
1,000,000%. And those people, they'll get what's coming, man. It's a cycle of life. You can't really make me mad, but the people that love me go and fight for me.
Yeah.
So I got some crazy people in my corner.
So let me ask
just look on the screen.
Let me ask this. We're getting closer to the end now. Connor, what do you got coming up? Like, got something coming up on your channel? You're going on another channel?
Yes, I'm going to be on Carlito's channel this Saturday. It's like Paranormal Cryptid Kingdom. I will definitely post it out on my community page. I'm super pumped for that. I'm going to be on Into the Portal Radio, I think in the next week. Yeah. And then I'm speaking at the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference on January 22nd. I'm super pumped for that. I'm really, that's IRL, in real life. You gonna see that I ain't a poser in front of 500 people on a stage when, the crowd erupts because I'm the Florida man, Because I live, breathe, and sleep under these bridges and these swamps. So I represent what the skunk ape is kind of getting close to, But yes, I'm really pumped for that event.
He's spreading the word. He's going there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And if you're happy just on your own channel, just do one thing, that's fine. But if you want to bring people in, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Beyond the Fray Publishing, I signed a book deal with them. They're actually going to put my book out by the end of the month. So that would be nice, in January. But I would love a February release. Let's just pan it out. January's already pretty loaded for me. How about before Valentine's Day so a couple honeys can slide over.
But is there going to be a change from like the original book with their public, or is it like a remix in a way?
Yes, I rewrote some parts. Not really rewrote. I just added a bunch on. I have nothing to change. I just had more investigations to add. So I added a bunch, and then they edited it. So I haven't seen the final copy yet. But again, I honestly am not too worried about it. If you want the original one edited, put out by me, find it. The link will always be active. But this new one, the version 2, the upended, it's there. It's a family thing. Wow. So I can't get too selfish with it. I can't wait to see their creation and cover. Wow. They asked me a bunch of details today for Erie Swamps, and it's really crazy because Lake Erie, the one story, Cuyahoga River, it caught on fire. So I told them that they're known for UFO bases, the serpent, and then that they caught on fire, but then also the Florida gators, and then the fins for the sharks, and then maybe even a mermaid. So it'll be cool to see just their artistic take, because you know me, I had just my pictures, on the front. Like, now is enough for me. So it's going to be very cool to have illustrations and to the next level. But I'm very excited for that. I've been writing a little bit for my new ones coming out, but those are all just a part of the process. But the short film is called The Choice, that the next one that I'm a part of. But Jack, who made The Void Cat and Zillafoot, he actually just got recruited over by another filmmaker, by the director. So he's just the director of photography, or the cinematographer. So it's going to be really cool being on set with them. And my role's already done. I'm dead. I'm a murder victim. I'm just going to vlog the thing and help out where I can. The Stacey Brown's documentary, The Skunk Ape Experiment, it premieres after the Bigfoot conference in a movie theater in the theater. So it's about to be so wild because I helped out behind the scenes on one of the shots. My boy Tristan, who's been on the show, he's in the movie. So I'm just so excited, and I'm gonna post the trailer on my TikTok. I go live on TikTok pretty much every day. I'm off the next 2 days, so it's going to be some researching and a lot of bottle hunting. I know you guys have seen a couple of my relic finds. It's incredible. Yeah. I'm going magnet fishing here soon. Hopefully find solve some cold cases. But I'm going to have to scan the undergrounds and the crypts and the bloods first and be like, hey, any of this yours? Maybe get – whatever.
Bob, I know you can't beat that, Bob. What are you doing? What do you got coming up?
I have no idea. I don't know. Actually, don't know. Everything's just been upside down and weird. You saw I've had some weird experiences, whatever, been weird with some stuff. And Eric, I contacted you about tomorrow. We're going to do a little spiel. I found a lot of changes, like a lot of I made a video just recently with the thing about Animal House and all kinds of weird stuff, and the symbolisms and the Greek letters that have changed within the movie, and now each Greek letter that has changed is itself a code. It's a code. It's an answer. So a lot of things are answers.
We're gonna smush that out tomorrow, and then Bob told me all this, and then I found some things I added with him, like 13 kind of thing, and so beyond that, guys, we're gonna end the show here. I've been getting these texts that apparently somewhere in my house there's a water flood. I gotta go check out.
Okay.
What's new, right? What's new in this world? So beyond that, guys, we'll see everybody. I'll see all of you in the chat tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time. My link's not up yet, but I gotta create the thumbnail upstairs. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be a kick-ass one. Beyond that, we'll see everybody later.